Guy calls me the other day. He's like, hey, so Patrick, I haven't spoken to you for 3 years. Dylan's sitting right next to me. I'm like, why is he calling me? Former commercial real estate agent. When I first moved to Florida, I was interviewing a few guys to be a commercial real estate agent. And one night I'm calling him 2-3 times after 6 o'clock. He's not picking up because I got an opportunity. I want to get some questions on. He calls me the next morning. He says, hi, I noticed you called me last night. I said, yeah, I called you 3 times. He says, I have a rule. I don't answer phone after 6 o'clock. I said, oh, really? Yeah. I said, well, I'm planning on buying hundreds of millions of dollars of properties. I also have a rule. My commercial real estate agent needs to work for me. We're not going to work it together. He calls me. He says, how are things? Are you still doing that business? Is it going good? I said, yeah, it's going good. You know, we've grown. He says, that's good. Do you need any, did you ever end up buying any real estate? And I'm like, this guy doesn't check any story.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I bought this, I bought that, I bought this, I bought this, I bought. How come you never called me? My answer, I never wanted to break your code of don't call me after 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Silence for 10 seconds.
Oh, wait. I don't get it.
Okay. I said, God bless. Got off the phone.
Bye.
And I told Dylan, I said, Dylan, you want to get into sales? People got to get a hold of you.
Yep.
Never be too big of a big shot to think that people can't get a hold of you.
What this gentleman shared in this story is something that not many people understand. But I have experienced it in a very real way as a struggling startup entrepreneur. It was what influenced me over the years as I tried to get myself onto my feet, to be very flexible in the way I provided the solutions I offered. I realized that I could not be too rigid about my working hours. I realized that I had to be very keen to do what other people who did what I did were not willing to do for the customer if I was going to win the customer over. So for instance, what he said here about the individual that told him he did not work after 6, he did not take phone calls after 6, was something I recognized as an opportunity for me to make people see that it will be worthwhile to engage me. So for instance, somebody that's saying, oh, I'm busy all week, I don't really have time, so Mr. Tayo, we cannot really engage you. I would have loved to have it, but because I'm not going to be free. Then I said, look, even on Sundays, I'm available to develop solutions for clients because I actually have flexible working hours. I work 24/7, depends on what you want. There are a lot of things I'm going to do for you that I can do online while we're not together. And when we do need to meet, I'm very comfortable with meeting on weekends, on public holidays and all of that. And the person will look at me and say, oh, you really? I'll say, yes. Okay, then based on that, we agree. So we then keep in touch on phone or through email or whatever, and we eventually have our meetings, and the book gets written, the website gets built, the web marketing system gets launched. And I find that such people, when they experience me in that manner, naturally feel inclined to hold on to me and have continued business relations with me. In other words, I get repeat business from them. Why? Because I won them over by doing what a lot of people they knew who did what I did or something similar to what I did would not be willing to do. So by being willing to go the extra mile in order to serve customers, I was able to build a reputation with my clients for being reliable and being resourceful. And that helped me to develop relationships with them that has lasted for years. I have people that have been clients with me for over 10 years. And that's the reason why I succeed to do. I think it's very important to make yourself the exception to whatever rules people choose to create for themselves. So this issue of, oh, I don't work after so and so time, I don't take phone calls after so and so time, it's all a function of the kind of business you do. There are certain businesses, of course, that you cannot do that with. But generally, if you make yourself reachable, even when you are not available to work, all right, you can then make yourself open to getting opportunities to discuss the possibility of then working during the time that you feel comfortable doing your work, and you don't lose the opportunity completely. But when you close your mind to it and you are rigid in the way you think about how you work, opportunities can pass you by. If you want to succeed in that manner, in a manner that enables you to continue to get repeat business from the people you start working with, and also to get referrals from them, and also connect with others who will also buy into you because they see the testimonials from your old clients, then I will urge you to adopt the ideas described in this video. And that's basically the message here. I hope you find it useful. I wish you well.